Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm sorry I haven't been recording in a long time. I just felt like nobody was really watching, and so I kind of flew away and was doing my own thing for a while. Anyways, but I was back because I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube recently where people are doing their eyeshadow collections and declutters. And I'm here to show you guys my eyeshadow collection. I'm not going to do a declutter today because I just did like a really in-depth declutter, like a massive declutter, and I should have gotten that on video, but I didn't, and I'm sorry guys. But I'll definitely do that next time. Anyways, I'm going to start with my Glamlite palettes and just kind of go over and sift through all of them, like from like the ones that I have the most of brand wise, and then I'm gonna get into like the ones that I only have one of. I'm not gonna do my single eyeshadows today because I have got quite a bit of those, and just to open up all of them and go through all of them with you would be just kind of tedious, and we can do that another day. If you guys want a video of that, let me know in the comments. Anyways, I'm gonna get started, so I'm gonna flip the screen around. By the way, my editing skills is not that great, so please bear with me on that. Okay, all right guys, have fun, grab a snack because this will probably be a long one. Okay. Hey guys, I'm back. I had to put all my palettes away, the Glamlite ones. Anyways, these are some of my bigger Huda Beauty palettes that I own, and they're with my smaller palettes here because I have other Huda Beauty palettes in here, so I just kept them in here. Along with the Natasha Denona palette, I have smaller ones in here too, so I just kept them all together. I'll start with the Rose Quartz Huda Beauty palette. This one is so beautiful as well. So pretty. I just love this palette. I wish I hadn't messed up the that shade right here, the Love Stone shade, because I thought it was prettier when I didn't put my finger in it. But there's that one, and then there's my Huda Beauty palette, or my Mercury Retrograde palette. The other one was the Rose Quartz palette, by the way, if I didn't say that. So here's the Mercury Retrograde. I love this palette. I actually have another one that's up on my wall right now that you can't see. But it's on display because I love this palette so much. I think that's just the most loveliest color story there is. Here's the Naughty Nude palette from Huda Beauty. I really want to get their other palette, her other palettes, the New Nudes, the Rose Gold, and the Desert Dusk. And then she also has Empowered palette that's coming out soon, and I really want to get that one too. This is a Natasha Denona Zendo palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm recently. I absolutely love this palette. It's beautiful. It looks like a muted rainbow. I love it. It's so pretty. There's that one. I'm gonna start going through the other Huda, the other Natasha palettes while I'm on the subject, and then I'll get back to the Huda Beauty palettes. But here is the Jubilee palette by Natasha Denona. Here is the Peak palette. I got both of those in a BoxyCharm as well. This is the Peak palette. And then this is the Cupid palette, I believe. Yeah, Cupid palette. And I got all my Natasha Denona palettes in BoxyCharm boxes, which I think is so cool that BoxyCharm does that. And then here are my other Huda Beauty palettes as well. I've got the Lilac, Pastel Lilac Obsessions. And then I've got the Pastel Mint Obsession palette. And then I've got the Pastel Rose Obsession palette. And then I've also got the Mauve Obsessions. I'm thinking about decluttering this one pretty soon. I don't know, I'll have to see if I use it or not. But I like having them all together, you know, like all the Huda Beauty palettes together. We'll have to see. If I don't use that, I will get rid of it though. And here's my Emerald Obsessions by Huda Beauty. And there's that one. And then I've got some little e.l.f. palettes in here as well. I've got the 2 e.l.f. mint palettes that came out together. And I've got the jalapeno palette. I've got the pumpkin spice palette, I think it's called. Yeah, pumpkin pie. And I've got the cream and sugar, I believe this is. Yep, cream and sugar. And then this one is the truffles palette. So that's all those ones. Which I like to keep those together. I used to have them all, and then I realized I wasn't using them all, so I got rid of a few so that my conscience was safe. Okay, so here's a Charlotte Tilbury palette right here. This is the Celestial Pearls palette, which I thought is also so beautiful of a palette, so gorgeous. I'll swatch this one for you. So beautiful, right? It's just like a little wash of shimmer on the eye. If you build it up, it's prettier. Isn't that beautiful? And then there's this one too. This is beautiful too. It's like just like a extra version of the other one, except for it's more gold toned as well. So pretty. And then there's that one, but I'm not gonna swatch that one. So I'm gonna save some room on my arm for other colors. While we're on the subject of Charlotte, we'll get out the Instant Eye Palette, which is the I believe it's the Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. This palette is something else. It is so beautiful. Like, I love making looks with each one of these different, like, eye stories, I guess, or color stories. Yeah, I just think it's such a beautiful, different palette. Like, I don't know why, it's just different to me because it's just so beautiful. I love the way everything looks on my eyes, and everything just turns out perfect every time. I don't know why. I don't know how she does it, but it's a beautiful palette. I don't want to start on my Colourpop just yet, so I'm going to hold off on the on this little Animal Crossing quad thing there. I'll start on my Too Faced palettes here. This is a little like, it's the door to the Gingerbread House palette that came out years ago for holiday, and I don't know why I kept this. I just thought the glitters in here were actually pretty compared to some other glitters, and then you can actually do an actual look with this if you use the glitters as a shimmer topper, because you got a lighter tone shade and a darker tone matte. These are both mattes, and then these are all shimmers. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it actually smells really good too. So there's that. Get this hair out of my little box here so it doesn't look so disgusting. Anyways, so that's that one. And then we've also got all of these littler palettes, little like eight pan palettes here. The Major Love, which just came out not too long ago. It's like a green tone palette. We got the Let's Play palette. It's like a little controller for playing Nintendo or Xbox or something. So beautiful. I love all these tones, like the nude tones. Ugh, look at that color, guys. Look at that. And people don't like Too Faced, and I don't know why. Some people don't like them. A lot of people do, but I've heard bad things, and I've heard good things, but anyway, we're not going to go there. Here's the Tickled Peach palette. This one smells like peach also. I think this is so cute. A girl can't have enough neutral eye palettes, I say. And then this is Light My Fire palette. I love this. It's the perfect fall palette. Perfect fall travel palette, if you will. This is the That's My Jam palette. So beautiful. They're go at like a colorful palette right here. So stunning. Christmas coffee palette, and this one's supposed to smell like Christmas coffee, but I don't think it does. I think it has like a perfumed, like, nutmeg like smell to it, something weird like that, but it smells all right. It just does not smell like coffee to me. This green in here is absolutely gorgeous. And then this one came out the same year, I think it was last year, alongside the Christmas coffee palette. It's the Forbidden Fruitcake. Not my favorite, but still a beautiful palette, which I also use all the time. So there's those. I'm going to keep going with my Too Faced palettes because I got quite a few more of those over here. So, we'll start with these ones. These are the Tutti Frutti palettes that came out like years and years ago now. These are probably expired, but I love this shade. It just put a perfect, like, set my base perfectly on my eyes, my concealer or my base or whatever I wanted to use to prime my eyelids. These colors, the shimmers in these palettes are outrageously gorgeous. Like, they're so beautiful. This one's pretty chunky, but like, they're still absolutely stunning. This one's so pretty also. Like I said, I just did a declutter in my palettes, in my eyeshadow palettes, so there's not going to be many that I don't think are absolutely stunning. That's why I say they're all beautiful. And that would be those ones. And I've got the Natural Lust palette. This one I used quite a bit. I bought this back when I was just starting out collecting makeup. Like, not right, like a couple years after I started. And so I hadn't gotten a whole bunch of like beautiful luxury palettes yet. And so this was one of my only two high-end palettes, so I used the heck out of that one. And then we've got all of these ones, which are also my Too Faced palettes. I got the Teddy Bear palette, which smells like honey, by the way. It is so pretty. I got the Too Femme palette, which got butterflies all over it. It came out this last spring, 2022. Actually, it came out like towards the end of, in the middle of winter 2022. Okay, so there's that one. And I've got the Natural Nudes. I thought about getting the Sunset Stripped one, but I thought they're just too similar, and I've just got too many palettes as it is, so I didn't want to add that $52 one to my palette or something like that. $52 or something. There's that one. This one's absolutely gorgeous also for a neutral palette. So pretty. And I've got the Sweet Peach palette, which I think everyone else in the world has this palette, or has had it by now. It's such a gorgeous, like, neutral tone palette with a couple pops of peach in there. So pretty. This one is so old though that, like, I don't even use it anymore. It's just like in my collection as memory type thing now. This is the Pumpkin Spice palette, which came out like almost 3 years ago now. I think this is the third Christmas since it came out. This is my favorite of their palettes, like literally. Like, out of all their palettes, I think this is my favorite one. And it smells delicious too. And then this is the Cinnamon Swirl palette. This is last year's holiday, like, can palette that they came out with. Besides the littler ones, like the Christmas Coffee and the Forbidden Fruitcake. Those are out too in the pan. And this is their most recent pan palette, Better Than Chocolate. I believe this is their newer version of their original chocolate bar palette. This is like their updated chocolate bar, or chocolate palette. And this does smell like cocoa. It's so beautiful too. So pretty. And I do have 3 more, I believe, of the Too Faced palettes. I've got the Just Peachy Mattes. And I can't seem to get this off the front of it. I don't know what that is, but it's one heck of a stain. And I love how these are peaches on the front. Like, yeah, that's so cute. And then for some reason, this one's more like a satin, so it's not a true matte palette. Like, this one's a satin, and I always, like, build it up right here, and I go to this one, and then I do a wash of this in my crease, and then I put one of these in my crease also. to like dumb that one down, knead it down, and then I put this one all over my lid, and I deepen that up with the crease right here, or deepen the crease up with this right here, and maybe put a little bit of this in the crease too. But it's so pretty, of like a dark smoky, like pretty, like plum looking eye look. Beautiful. I love this. I haven't used it in a while. I need to. And then we've got the Natural Eyes palette. This is another one of those that I didn't have a lot of like high-end palettes back when I got this, so it's really used. Like, I used the heck out of this one. I loved it, and it smells so good, and it still smells beautiful. I got this, I believe, in 2020 or maybe even 2019. I don't remember, but it's old. I don't use it anymore that much, but it still performs. This is the Natural Matte palette, which, like, it looks just like the other one, but it's mattes, and it's also, you know, obviously a darker tone palette, but so pretty. I thought these were like the perfect bridal palettes when they came out. So pretty for like getting married and putting on your vanity when you're getting ready, when you're getting married. So beautiful. So this is the Natural Mattes. That would be all of my Too Faced palettes, and I'm so glad to be through with them. Okay, now we're gonna go over here to the rest of my palettes here. I'm thinking about starting on my Colourpop palettes, so I'm just gonna start with these ones. This is the Animal Crossing like quads that came out. They've got the 5-Star Island, which looks like that, and I believe they all do have a pressed glitter in them. Looks like that. And then they've got the La Belle of the Ball. And for anybody that doesn't know, these palettes are in collaboration with Colourpop and a video game by a Nintendo Switch, which is called Animal Crossing. And this is Nook Ink. This is also pressed glitter. The other one had a pressed glitter too. This is Nook Ink. And then this one is their Shot at a Nude palette, or a natural palette. What a Hoot. And it's okay. It definitely performs as like a nude palette if you want to exclude the pressed glitter. I mean, the pressed glitter is definitely alright. It's just messy as all heck. And it, yeah, see, it doesn't even come off like completely on, I don't know. Let's see. Let's try that again. Yeah, see, it's like really like patchy. This is the word. Looking for the word for it. Yeah, it's patchy on the eye. Okay, so now let's get on with some other Colourpop palettes. We've got Bye Bye Birdie. My mom got me this for Christmas 2020, and I love it. I used the heck out of it. And these are supposed to be some Super Shock shadows, and they are so dry now. Like, this one's a little bit wet, but they're all dried up. I feel sad that they're all dried up, but they still work. Look at that. This one doesn't work as much. This one was the wetter one too. I don't know why that one doesn't work as good as the drier one. But that's Bye Bye Birdie. This one's Whatever. This one has 2 pressed glitters, one right there and one right there. I believe that's another Super Shock shadow. This one's the Wild Nothing, which is such a beautiful packaging on here. Super Shock, I believe. This is the Good as Gold palette. This is like my most recent Colourpop palette that I bought. I always wanted this one, so I just decided to grab it. Except for it does have pressed glitter. I think that's a pressed glitter. No, that's not a pressed glitter. That's like just a really chunky shade here. Let's try. Yeah, look how chunky that is. Dang. You have to really, like, blend that in really well. It's still beautiful, but I think this is another one of those chunky shades. At least it doesn't have any pressed glitters in it, right? That's good. We've got plenty more of these 12 pan palettes. These ones were bigger sized. I think they're starting to size up their palettes now. But I got these and I saved the packaging because I thought these are end up being like collector's pieces. I don't know if they are or not, but it may be someday. So I just decided to keep them, all the packaging for them. But this is on a whimsy. That was a mess, so I had to blow all the pieces out. But the mirror is like bordered with such pretty, like elegant, like stuff too. I also left the plastic on the mirror. I'm just trying to preserve this as much as I can. I've only used it like once. That would be on a whimsy. This one's Ticket to Dreamland. I don't even remember when this collection came out. I just found it online and I decided to grab it because it's so pretty. This one I use a little more than the other one. And I think that's, yeah, that one's a pressed glitter. Yeah, it is. That one's a pressed glitter. Is it though? It's definitely got a bunch of chunky glitter in it. I don't know if it's considered a pressed glitter though. It looks like it, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check into that one. Figure out if that one's pressed glitter or not. There's that one. I've got more Colourpop palettes coming up. We've got the one that everyone else has also, the Going Coconuts. This one's so beautiful and iconic. I love this palette. It's my best friend on the days when I'm just bored of makeup and I just want to do something simple to be able to get out of the house in the morning. There's that one. This is the In a Trance palette. It came with the tie-dye collection, which I think this one is so beautiful. The whole tie-dye collection just blows me away at how beautiful these pastels are. So pretty. I'm going to go get all the rest of those ones really quick. This one's the Miss Bliss tie-dye collection palette. These all have pressed glitters right in the middle of them as well. Aura and Out. And this is the last out of the 3 of that collection. And then I've got Lilac You a Lot. Beautiful purple, pastel-y purple palette. Lavender color. This is the Just My Luck palette. With the beautiful greens in it. I feel like swatching this green one for you guys because it is so beautiful. Wait, let me try it again. Another bad swatch. Like, look how pretty this green is, guys. That's not even a green. That's like a neon yellowish green. This is perfect for like the inner corner, or like, yeah, like the inner corner. There's that one. This is another greeny one. This is Meant to Be. So pretty. And this is the last like 9-pan palette that I have. It's called Baby Got Peach. Pressed glitter right here. And then I've got 3 more Colourpop palettes. These ones are the single shadow, like Z palette type things here. I don't remember what this one's called. I think they have this for sale right now at Colourpop, but this is the She's a Rainbow, I think it's called. I don't know, but I believe this color story that they made is called She's a Rainbow. And it does have 3 pressed glitters. Got 2 right there and then 1 right there. That's that one. And there's this one. I don't remember what this one's called either. But this one's beautiful because it's got warm tones here and cool tones here, and they mix together so beautifully. Like, you could actually make your eyeball look like this butterfly with these colors. It's so pretty. And then I don't know why I did this, but I went ahead and I got a whole palette full of their pressed glitters. I don't know why. I just felt like doing it. I was on a glitter rage back then. I think it's too messy these days, but there's that. And then I want to do my Patrick Ta eyeshadows really quick. This is the first one. This is called Major Dimensions. Sorry. This is Major Dimensions palette. This is so beautiful, guys. Like, these shimmers are so pretty. Like, some of them are better than like the Glamlite shimmers. Seriously, like, they're so gorgeous and they blend so well. Yeah, these are beautiful. And then it's actually got two cream like shadows, like base type products here that work really well on the lid too. And then this is the second one. This is Major Dimensions 2. And the only difference is it's got this border on it. And then this is like a rosier tone one. And I haven't even used the creams yet, or have I? Yeah, I used this one, a little tiny bit of that one. I haven't even touched that one yet. I just got these recently during the summertime. I ordered both of them at once because I felt like I was being neglected for the Patrick Ta. Everyone else had Patrick Ta and I didn't, so I just bought two of them at once. So pretty. So expensive though, guys. So expensive. And then we've got Lunar Beauty. We've got Eternal Eclipse. This is so pretty too. This is raised up, guys. Look at this. This is a raised up moon here. So pretty. And then this is like your darker neutral tone. You could do neutral look. You could do a deep blue tones. This is like almost black with blue flecks in it. These are just so beautiful. Yeah, so pretty. I don't think Manny knows how to make a bad eyeshadow. They're all gorgeous. And this is his most recent palette that he just came out with. It's called Nude Prism. And this one's also a raised up moon here. And this one's gorgeous too. It's got rosier tone mattes on the top, and then your more neutral tone, deeper mattes on the bottom. And it's got all your shimmers in the middle. So beautiful. Which one should I swatch, guys? I'll swatch this one here. Look at that, guys. Look at that shimmer out there. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? Like, who does not want that on their eyelid? You know, I bought this palette for the price of like $49 or however much it was, and then I realized that BoxyCharm was gonna send it to me in a BoxyCharm box, and so I had two of them. So I just gave one to my daughter because I didn't need two of them. Here's my Urban Decay palettes. I only have two of them. I'd like to have more of them, but I don't. These days, I just don't justify blowing $50 on a palette when I've got all these other ones here that I barely have time to use because I'm using each other one. But here is the Naked Cherry. These come with nice brushes too. These brushes are actually outstanding performance. These brushes. That's that one. Then I've got the Urban Decay Honey palette. Naked Honey. This is a totally different type of brush as the other one. It's got a blending brush, but the ends of it different than the other one. You actually have 4 different brushes between the two of them, but that's that one. It's so pretty. I love the Naked Honey palette. And then we've got my Ace Beaute palettes. When I did my declutter recently, I got rid of like 4 or 5 of these Ace Beaute palettes, and it wasn't because they weren't any good. It was because I wasn't using them because they were the tones that they didn't look good on my eyes. This one is the Oceanic Oceanic palette. Yeah, Oceanic palette. Can't say that word very well. Oceanic. Such a beautiful palette. I'm going to swatch this one for you guys really quick. I think this is their old formula also, which is actually beautiful. A beautiful formula. I don't know why they just decided to like redo their formula. I mean, it's still a beautiful formula from what I've heard. But I don't think there was anything ever wrong with it in the first place. I might be the only one that thinks that, but here's the Oceanic palette. This one is the Scarlet Dusk palette, which, ooh, so beautiful. Look at those bright, beautiful, like sunsetty pinks and orange hues. So beautiful. Yes, give me more. And then I've got my BH collection, which isn't much. I've got the Aurora Lights. And these are all baked, by the way. These are baked eyeshadows here. Aurora Lights? Yeah, Aurora Lights. So pretty. I don't know if these are still available, though. This is the Galaxy Chic. Galaxy Chic or Galaxy Chic? I don't know. So pretty. And then I've got the Zodiac Love Signs. I used to have the first Zodiac palette, but I gave it to my daughter. She really wanted it, so I wasn't using it that much, so I gave it to her. I don't know if these in the middle, like in the middle of the middle, are baked or not, but I know the center one, the highlighter's baked, and all the rest of them are baked. I don't know if these ones are baked, though. Such a gorgeous palette, right, guys? Oh. You guys might be wondering why I have so much eyeshadow. Well, I have really bad depression, and makeup just is like the only thing that brings me up out of there, out of the depression that I get into. So that's what I choose to spend my money on for fun. I don't go to the movies. I don't have a bunch of different nice clothes. I don't have any designer purses. I just have good makeup. This is the Iconic London Sunset to Sunrise palette. I'm not so sure what I think of these Iconic London palettes yet. I haven't used them a bunch. But I think they're beautiful. I just think they may be like a little bit overpriced. I think they want something like $62 for them, I think. I'm not sure about that. You maybe won't want to quote me on that, but this one I just got in a BoxyCharm like yesterday. My BoxyCharm Premium came with this one. This is the Dusk to Dance eyeshadow palette. And I haven't even swatched this one. I'm not sure if I will because, like I said, I'm not sure what I think of these palettes just yet, or their formula. I've only used this one, this other one, like, or the, this one, like, once. So I'm not sure if I want to use this one. I might just give it to my daughter. She's trying to build up her collection also, so. And then I'll go over to the Ofra palettes that I have. I got two Ofra palettes. I've got the Symphony palette, which I got in a BoxyCharm also, which has a shimmer here, a highlighter shimmer here. This is the Bliss. This is the Bliss highlighter, their Iconic Bliss highlighter, which is a stunning, beautiful color, beautiful highlight. Look how pretty that is. See that? See that? That's so pretty. Yes. I made a good eye look with this. I liked it. I wore it all day and it was beautiful and I was happy with it. I haven't played with it yet since then, but I'll do it again. I like that palette. It made the cut and the decolor. So this is another Ofra palette. I believe this is the this is the Good to Go. I thought it was the mini mix. This is the Good to Go palette. It's got 6 eyeshadows here, a highlight in the middle, and a blush and a bronzer. I used the heck out of this bronzer and the highlight and maybe a little bit of the blush, but I haven't even made a look at the eyeshadows yet. And I've had this palette for maybe a good 1.5 to 2 years. I don't know. I need to make a look at those eyeshadows. I believe these, you can take the eyeshadows out and all the stuff out and then replace them too if you want to. Yeah, because see these little notches right here? You can pull these out if you have like a toothpick, even would like pull those out of there. I'm gonna move on to my Morphe palettes. I've got the Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette, which I thought was a beautiful palette. She says she's got her own formula with Morphe. I'm not sure, but I think so, because I think that this palette has a completely different formula than the 351 or 35i. This one here, 35i, has a different formula than this. This one just shows up more on the eyes. The shimmers are a lot richer, I think, and the mattes are too. So I would believe her if she says that she's got a different formula with Morphe, for sure. This is 35i Icy Fantasy by Morphe. This palette is absolutely gorgeous. Also, I love the pastel tones in here. I want to think that this performs on the eye, but it's been so long since I used this. It might not anymore just because of how old it is. But I couldn't like give it up, because I just love the color story so much and I just love to look at it. And then here's the Morphe X Jeffree Star palette. I love the greens in this. This is a green. That's a glitter. I'm not so sure what I think about that glitter. I don't even think I've ever swatched that glitter. These greens are gorgeous. I love the pinks, the oranges. All these neutrals are beautiful. I wouldn't doubt if Jeffree Star used to have his own formula with Morphe also before they gave up their bonds together. Speaking of Jeffree Star, I've got some other palettes of his. I've got the Blood Money palette right here, which I couldn't resist buying this, guys. It is so beautiful. I got this actually on Mercari, so yeah. Oh no, did I just get, yeah, whatever, that's okay. I left the plastic on this, but if you take the plastic comes up and it's just this logo. Let's see, can I open it, please? Thank you. And then there's the inside. Got a nice size mirror. It doesn't bend all the way back. I wish it did, but that's okay. Some beautiful, beautiful greens in there. Yeah, I use this palette once in a while, not a whole lot. I've got a lot of other green palettes too, because I love green a lot. That's why I couldn't resist buying this one. Yep, it's a beautiful palette. I'll admit that. There's a lot that people could say about Jeffree Star, and I wasn't even in makeup enough then to know what was going on, but I'll admit one thing, that man can make a good eyeshadow. I know that. Anyways, here's the mini orgy that he came out with. This is the second version, because I ended up buying the first version of it, and it sucked so bad. Like, the first version of this palette came out, like, this eyeshadow in it did not even perform. Like, you could rub your finger around in there. Like, came with hard pan, like, already on it. Like, I don't know, it's some other version of hard pan. Like, it was pressed so hard. Like, all these shadows were pressed so hard they didn't even perform. But then I got an email saying that he was going to replace it for free and I didn't have to do anything. And it came a couple months later, and it was, I was able to use it, and I was happy about that. So there's that one. And then we've got the Big Orgy palette, and that's what that one looks like. I personally would have used a little more taste on the names for these palettes, but we're talking about Jeffree Star here, guys, so. This is the Pricked palette, and like I said, I couldn't resist on getting this one either, because look at this fall tone, beautiful fall tone palette. Like, I just couldn't. Like, I just can't with this palette. It's just so beautiful. Like, look how pretty that is, guys. I don't even know if he still sells it, but I'm sure he does, but I haven't even been on his website in so long, I couldn't tell you. And then we've got my Ace Beaute palettes, which is only 2. This is the, I don't remember what this one is even called, but it looks like this. I haven't even come up with a look with just this palette yet. I had to use this as like a companion palette because I couldn't come up with a look by itself. It doesn't have anything to set my eye with. Like right here, I could set my eye with that, but like it would be pretty dark. Or that one would be pretty dark. This doesn't have a whole lot of mattes that I could work with that way. So I ended up having to use it as a companion palette, which is fine. It just makes it so that it's more of a pain to be able to get into all the time, but we're talking about first world problems here. And then we've got this one, which is the Desert Sunset palette. This one I got in a BoxyCharm. The other one I actually got from their Boxy shop, their Boxy shop that they have, their Mega Drop shop or whatever it is. And this is the other one, and they come with these really cute cards that have like fruitful memes and stuff on the back of them, and they're fully recyclable, by the way. That's why they don't have a mirror. These palettes are fully recyclable, which I thought was awesome. And then we'll move on to my Juvia's Place palettes, which is not a lot. Like, a lot of people have tons of Juvia's Place palettes, and I don't. I just have a few of the smaller ones, just because I just thought these ones were so beautiful. I've got the I Live, I Love palette, and I actually got this in a mystery box. And yeah, these shades in the middle are so beautiful. Like, look, check this one out. Like, just look at this shade here. You just gotta see this one right here. If I've got room, yeah, I got room right here. Look how pretty this is, guys. Is this not a gorgeous shade? I love it. I have not been able to come up with a full look with this one yet, though, just because I guess I'm just not there yet in my talent. I just can't come up with like a look with just these shades yet. I need more of a transition shade that's a little more muted than these, but this is a pressed glitter, and I don't like pressed glitters that much anymore, so I never used that one that much. So there's that one. And then I've got the chocolates. This one is absolutely gorgeous. I love this palette. I haven't used it as much as I should. I need to give it more love. I think I'll pull this and put it in my everyday makeup drawer just because it's so beautiful. I don't know why they put these two shades in here though. This looks a little redundant to me. I think these are almost the same shade on the eye. But you never know. This could be more sheer than that one, or that could be more sheer than that one. You never know with these shades, but I'm just glad there's no glitter in that one. This is the Nudes. This is a great companion palette for the Chocolates palette. Like, I've used these together many times. And I just feel like this one is way too light. Like, there's nothing really to deepen up the outer corner with. That's why I always pull in another palette to be able to deepen up the outer corner for that one. And then this one is the Mauves. This one is beautiful too. I wish I had some fingers I could still swatch with. Like, I think I could do that one still. Because this color is absolutely stunning, guys. Like, look at this. Check this out. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. So, I've used that one quite a bit. Just for that shade alone, even. This is the berries. Juvia's place has quite a few sales all the time, so you don't have to pay full price if you just feel like waiting for like maybe a week or two. They'll come out with a nice sale and you'll be able to get these for almost half price. This is the Violets. Beautiful purple tone palette. I would still use my Wine palette by Glamlite over this one, but when I'm traveling, this one would be way better than the other one. Come on, get in there. There we go. And then we've got the last one, which is the Sweet Pinks palette. And this one looks like this. And I have not used this one as much because I don't think that pinks look that good on me. So I haven't used this one that much. Sometimes I'll make a neutral look and I'll take a little bit of this and just dab it right in the center, just enough to like make a pink hue. But that's about it. I don't like put any of these straight up on my lids at all because I just think they're just too bright. I still keep it though because I feel like I'll use it someday for something. And then I've got a few more palettes over here, guys, that I want to show you, and then I'll be done with my in-depth palette collection. Okay, so I think, yeah, it's these ones right here. I've got the Baked Browns palette by Dose Colors. Comes with a cute little brush. These brushes are perfect. Don't ever throw these brushes away, guys. They come in handy. Even though they're not like really great brushes, I think they come in handy anyway. This is an all matte palette. I use this for my eyebrows sometimes too, because it's perfect for that. You can use your eyeshadows for anything you want. This is Rare Beauty. This is the Came to Play palette. Came to Play. It's got a beautiful, like, big pressed glitter right in the center, which is absolutely gorgeous. But like I say, guys, I don't play with pressed glitters that much anymore, so I wouldn't know what to do with that one. But this shimmer right here is so pretty on the eye. I wish I had more room to swatch, but I don't. I would show you that one, but I don't have any more room to swatch. I'm all swatched up, guys. This one is actually hard to find now. I found this on Mercari. I think it was like something like 45 or 80, not 80, but 45 to 60 bucks. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I know it's really hard to find these days to find this one. This one is the BU palette, and it's by Sugar Rush, which is like daughter or sister brand of Tarte. But I've only used this like once or twice because I don't want to ruin the embossments on the shadows, because I keep this as a collector's item more. This one is by Kaleidos, and this one is the Futurism 5 Electro Turquoise. This shade here, Tron, is absolutely gorgeous, guys. So beautiful. I think I have room to swatch just that one. One more swatch right here, right next to these other blues. Look how pretty that is. Look how shiny it is compared to the other ones. Yeah, Kaleidos makes some serious, like, eyeshadow colors. Like, they do not play. Gorgeous palette. I just used that one the other day. This one is the Marc Jacobs Cheerific palette. I've used this a few times, but it doesn't perform like I thought it would. It's still a beautiful palette, and you can make a good look with it. It just, I don't know if it's aged or what, but it never really performed like I thought it would. And this is starting to rub off right here where it says Marc Jacobs, and it doesn't lock anymore. It doesn't shut all the way anymore, so I don't know what happened there. This is the BoxyCharm palette that they came out with a few years ago. It says Hello Charmer. And then these are on the, this is the shades on the inside. There's a pressed glitter here. I don't know if that's pressed glitter. No, that's a shimmer. You can make a cute look with this for sure. That's why I kept it. I also kept it because I figured it was a collector's item, and because I'm pretty faithful to BoxyCharm. I love BoxyCharm. I think you get great deals. They're coming up with better items every single month, and so I hang in there with them because I think they're coming around pretty well these days. This is the Spanglish palette by Alamar Cosmetics. I think this palette is so beautiful. It even says you can use this wet and you use this dry. Wait, what did it say? Yeah, it has little water drops next to it, like the ones you can use with, like, to get wet to make them better, to make them shinier. If anybody doesn't know out there, yeah, you can wet your brush after you put it in the eyeshadow, and it will make the eyeshadow shinier. Try not to get too much wet stuff on your mattes though, because I do believe that that will cause hard pan eventually. This is the Hit Dot C-Note palette. This is so beautiful, guys. This reminds me of the Oceanic palette by Ace Beaute, but this one's got some more neutral tones in it. Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. I love my blues and my green palettes. I love them. I don't know why, I just feel like blues and greens look better on my eyes than the more warmer tones do. This one I just got recently. It was in the Boxy shop. It's the Nomad Cartagena Magica palette. It looks like this, and I don't know why I bought this, guys. I felt like I never used Nomad's formula before, and I really wanted to figure out if I liked it or not. And I do like the formula. It's just tones in here. I don't know what to do with these tones on my eyes. Like I said before, warm tones don't look great on my eyes. Neutral warm tones, like warm neutrals, like this one, these ones would look fine on my eyes, but purples look okay. But like the warmer ones, like this one, I don't know. I could make a look with this, actually. I don't know what I was thinking. I was kind of afraid that it might not look great on my eyes. I could try at least. I could at least try, right, guys? I'll have to get back to you on that one. I haven't even used it for a look yet. And this is the only ABH palette that I own. This is the ABH Norvina Collection palette. This one is absolutely gorgeous. I got this in a BoxyCharm takeover box with ABH. Took over the premium box one month. This was, I think, around May or June of last year, 2021. This palette is stunning, guys. I just don't know what to do with it. Like, it's got all these random shades in here, and it just boggles my mind to even look at it. But it's absolutely stunning at the same time. And I can't come to get rid of this palette because it's just so pretty. Some palettes I just keep because they're just stunning color stories, and other palettes I just use the heck out of. But I'll come up with a look with this one, and then I'll probably stick to that one look because I don't know. I guess I could try, right, guys? I could try to work with this one and see what happens, but we'll see. And then I've got other palettes here, guys, that I didn't show you because they're on my walls, and I'm gonna leave them there. I'll have to show you guys these palettes another time, but that would be the Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey and the Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity palette. And then I've also got all the Star Wars slash Colourpop palettes. And then I've also got the Melt palette that has the Vita and the Muerte palette. I hope I was saying that right. And then there's my extra Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette that I told you guys about. And then I also was one of the lucky ones that ended up getting a Michaela PR box at the beginning when they were selling the PR boxes. And the Michaela Pot 2 palette is up in there. And maybe next time I will show you guys that palette. But right now I am so tired, guys. I need to go take a break and upload this video for you guys. But like I said, guys, I'm sorry that I took like a long break from making videos. But like I said earlier, I do get into a depression and a funk sometimes, and so that's why I didn't do that. Oh, you know what, guys? Actually, I think I have a couple more palettes that I didn't show you. I've got the Lush palette from Colourpop. I don't know how I missed these. That looks like this. That's the Lush palette. We'll get through these really fast, guys. I think there's only like 4 of them. The At Foresight. This one's by Raw Beauty Christie X Colourpop. There's that one. And then there is this one, the Sailor Moon palette. I use the heck out of this one. I love these tones right here. I could make a beautiful, like, rainbow look on my eye with that. That's a beautiful palette. And then I've got the Sweet Talk palette. I think this is the older version. So pretty. I got this on Mercari because when I was looking for it on Colourpop, they didn't have it back then. And when I got it, this shade was broken, so I ended up having to repress the shade, but it was brand new. You know, you can find really nice palettes on Mercari for a fraction of the price that you can find online. And some of them are actually really rare palettes that you can find on Mercari and eBay and Facebook Marketplace. There's a bunch of different places you can find palettes that are new. Guys, I had fun today. I want to make more palettes and just hang out. Hold on. I hope that I can come to do that one of these days, and maybe even go over some of these single eyeshadows that I have. I've got all these single eyeshadows that I could go over with you guys. I could swatch every single one of them if you wanted me to. You guys just gotta let me know what you guys want in the comments. And with that, guys, I love you all. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. That really helps me out. And if you subscribe, I'll know that you'll want to see more of my stuff. Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video today. Okay, have a good day. Bye.